Okay, so now we're going to fill in all of the gaps in between this, so we can see all the positions of this ball as it's bouncing. What we could do is just keep dividing it by half each time, and go here and create a new keyframe, and then draw the ball right here in the middle, and then every time just go in between, halfway through and draw it in the middle again. Problem is, if we do it this way, timing wise, it means the ball will always be going the same speed. Up, down, up, well, like that. Up, down, up, down. When a ball really bounces, it's not always going the same speed. It more goes fast while it's bouncing, and then slows down when it's at the top. Boom, 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 like that. So in order to replicate that timing, let's, for now we'll just delete that keyframe. And if I want to move, actually, let's not delete it. I'm just going to slide this over. If you click on a keyframe and then just drag it, so we'll just drag it over to the right. So this is on frame 8, right? So it's not right in the middle timing-wise, but it is spatially. So now I've got 3 more keyframes in here that I need to enter in. By the way, if you're used to editing software, you might be tempted to use your arrow keys to go left and right on the keyframe. But if I hit the right arrow, notice how it's moving this thing. So that's not what we want. If you want to go back and forward on the timeline, you hit the comma and the period key. So period will move you to the right, comma will move you to the left. Okay? So let's go right here in the middle of these frames, and just to keep this simpler visually, I'm going to shrink my onion skin so that I only see the two drawings on either side. Alright, insert a blank keyframe, and then right here, it's kind of, should be starting to stretch out a little bit. Okay, and now let's go to that one, blank keyframe, and let's shrink these down again. So I want it in between these two, like about that. Okay, now I can go here in between these two, blank keyframe, like that. Okay, now for the rest of it, let's drag this out. See that keyframe? I'm just kind of divide each area in half. So here I'm on frame 4, and draw the ball there, and then go halfway in between these ones. If it's an even number, then there's no way to go exactly half, but this time I can because it's an odd space. And let's shrink this back so I know which ones I'm dealing with. Okay, so draw it halfway in between these two. Okay, so then again, as it's bouncing up, so here's my first frame that is coming up. It should be moving faster at this bottom part. Here it's moving real fast, and then as it gets to the top, it should move slow. There should be more drawings, basically. So let's have the midway point be, let's say it's at the middle, or right here. Okay, so let's extend this so I know how much to draw. Blank keyframe, put it right in the middle of these two, like that. Okay, So now I'll need 2 more frames to make up this distance, but what, 7 more frames to make up this distance. So this will take longer. Okay, so just go ahead and fill in all the rest of the drawings. Just keep cutting each space in between keyframes by half and inserting a new blank keyframe. And that's it. Alright, so now I've got my timeline with all of the keyframes filled in, and I can go through here and just keep hitting the period key and scroll through all these. Usually you want to do this because see how a lot of the frames it has everything selected? Anyway, just by going through it deselects them all. Okay, so you can look at it 1 frame at a time. Now, if you want to test how it looks when you play it back, go down here to the bottom and see this loop button. Turn that on, and you can adjust these for how much of it's going to loop. So just drag it across all the keyframes and then hit play. There we go. So notice how it looks faster towards the bottom. So that's what we're going for with this. Is called easing in and out, meaning it starts out slower at the beginning and end and gets faster at the middle of the animation. So once your ball is bouncing like this, then you've got the basics of the project. So that's it for now, and in the next segment I'll go over how to add some details and then add a background to make it look like it's bouncing along a road or something.